أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. والليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى وما خلق الذكر والأنثى إن سعيهم لشتى فأما من أعطى واتقى وصدق بالحسنى فسنيسره لليسرى وأما من بخل واستغنى وكذب بالحسنى فسنيسره للعسرى وما يغني عنه ماله إذا تردى إن علينا للهدى وإن لنا للآخرة والأولى فأنذرتكم نارا تلظى لا يصلاها إلا الأشقى الذي كذب وتولى وسيجنبها الأتقى الذي يؤتي ماله يتزكى وما لأحد عنده من نعمة تجزى إلا ابتغاء وجه ربه الأعلى ولسوف يرضى. صدق الله العلي العظيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر تنزل الملائكة فيها وإذن ربهم من كل سلام حتى متى الفجر. صدق الله العظيم العظيم. صدق.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا علي يا عظيم يا غفور يا رحيم أنت الرب العظيم الذي ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير. وهذا شهر عظمته وكرمته وشرفته وفضلته على الشهور، وهو شهر الذي فرضت صيامه عليه، وهو شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان، وجعلت فيه ليلة القدر وجعلتها خيرا من 1000 شهر. فيا ذا المن ولا يمن عليك، من علي بفكاك رقبتي من النار، في من تمن عليه وأدخلنا الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم رب شهر رمضان الذي أنزلت فيه القرآن وافترست على عبادك فيه الصيام، صل على محمد وآل محمد وارزقني حج بيتك الحرام في عامي هذا وفي كل عام، واغفر لي تلك الذنوب العظام فإنه لا يغفرها غيرك يا رحمن يا علام. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم أدخل على أهل القبور السرور، اللهم أغن كل فقير، اللهم أشبع كل جائع، اللهم اكس كل أريان، اللهم اقض دين كل مدين، اللهم فرج عن كل مكروب، اللهم رد كل غريب، اللهم فك كل أسير، اللهم أصلح كل فاسد من أمور المسلمين، اللهم اشفع كل مريض، اللهم اشفع كل مريض، اللهم اشفع كل مريض، اللهم سد فقرنا بغناك، اللهم غير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك، اللهم اقض عنا الدين وأغننا من الفقر إنك على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أفتتح الثناء بحمدك وأنت مسدد للثواب بمنك، وأيقنت أنك أنت أرحم الراحمين في موضع العفو والرحمة، وأشد المعاقبين في موضع النكال والنقمة، وأعدم المتجبرين في موضع الكبرياء والعظمة. اللهم أذنت لي في دعائك ومسألتك، فاسمع يا سميع مدحتي، وأجب يا رحيم دعوتي، وأقل يا غفور أسرتي، فكم يا إلهي من كربة قد فرجتها، وحموم قد كشفتها، وأسرة قد أقلتها، ورحمة قد نشرتها، وحلقة بلاء قد فككتها. الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ صاحبة ولا ولدا، ولم يكن له شريك في الملك، ولم يكن له ولي من الذل، وكبره تكبيرا. الله أكبر. الحمد لله بجميع محامده كلها على جميع نعمه كلها. الحمد لله الذي لا مضاد له في ملكه ولا منازع له في أمره. الحمد لله الذي لا شريك له في خلقه ولا شبيه له في عظمته. الحمد لله الفاشئ في الخلق أمره وحمده، الظاهر بالكرم مجده، الباسط بالجود يده التي لا تنقص خزائنه ولا تزيده كثرة العطاء إلا جودا وكرما، إنه هو العزيز الوهاب. اللهم إني أسألك قليلا من كثير مع حاجة بي إليه عظيما، وغناك عنه قديم، وهو عندي كثير، وهو عليك سهل يسير. اللهم إن عفوك عن ذنبي، وتجاوزك عن خطيئتي، وسفحك عن ظلمي، وسترك على قبيح عملي، وحلمك عن كثير جرمي، عندما كان من خطئي وعمدي أتمعني في أن أسألك ما لا أستوجبه منك الذي رزقتني من رحمتك، وأريتني من قدرتك، وعرفتني من إجابتك، فصرت أدعوك آمنا وأسألك مستعنسا، لا خائفا ولا وجلا، مدلا عليك فيما قصدت فيه إليك، فإن أبت عني عتبت بجهلي عليك، ولعل الذي أبتع عني هو خير لي لعلمك بآقبة الأمور، فلم أر مولا كريما أصبر على عبد لعيم منك علي. يا ربي إنك تدعوني فأولي عنك وتتحبب إلي، فأتبغض إليك وتتودد إلي، فلا أقبل منك كأن ليتتول عليك. فلم يمنعك ذلك من الرحمة لي والإحسان إلي والتفضل علي بجودك وكرمك، فارحم عبدك الجاهل وجد عليه بفضل إحسانك، إنك جواد كريم. الحمد لله مالك الملك مجري الفلك مسخر الرياح فالق الإسباء ديان الدين رب العالمين. الحمد لله على حلمه بعد علمه، والحمد لله على عفوه بعد قدرته، والحمد لله على طول أناته في غضبه وهو قادر على ما يريد. الحمد لله خالق الخلق باسط الرزق فالق الأسباب ذي الجلال والإكرام والفضل والإنعام، الذي بعد فلا يرى وقرب فشهد النجوى تبارك وتعالى. الحمد لله الذي ليس له منازع يعادله، ولا شبيه يشاكل، ولا زهير يعاضد، قهر بعزته الأعزاء وتوادع لعظمته العظماء، فبلغ بقدرته ما يشاء. الحمد لله الذي يجيبني حين أنادي ويستر علي كل أورة وأنا أعسي، ويعظم النعمة علي فلا أجازي، فكم من موهبة حنيئة قد أعطاني، وعظيمة مخوفة قد كفاني، وبحجة مونقة قد أراني، فأثني عليه حامدا وأذكره مسبحا. الحمد لله الذي لا يحتك حجابه ولا يغلق بابه ولا يرد السائل ولا يخيب آمل. الحمد لله الذي يؤمن الخائفين وينجي الصالحين ويرفع المستضعفين ويدع المستكبرين ويهلك ملوكا ويستخلف آخرين. والحمد لله قاسم الجبارين مبير الظالمين مدرك الهاربين نكال الظالمين صريخ المستصرخين موضع حاجات الطالبين معتمد المؤمنين. الحمد لله الذي من خشيته ترعد السماء وسكانها وترجف الأرض وأمارها وتموج البحار ومن يسبح في غمراتها. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. الحمد لله الذي يخلق ولم يخلق ويرزق ولا يرزق ويطعم ولا يطعم ويميت الأحياء ويحيي الموتى وهو حي لا يموت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وأمينك وصفيك وحبيبك وخيرتك من خلقك وحافظ سرك ومبلغ رسالاتك أفضل وأحسن وأجمل وأكمل وأزكى وأنمى وأطيب وأطهر وأسنى وأكثر ما صليت وباركت وترحمت وتحننت وسلمت على أحد من عبادك وأنبيائك ورسلك وصفوتك وأهل الكرامة عليك من خلقك. اللهم وصل على علي أمير المؤمنين ووصي رسول رب العالمين عبدك ووليك وأخي رسولك وحجتك على خلقك وآيتك الكبرى والنبأ العظيم. وصل على صديقة الطاهرة فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. وصل على سبطي الرحمة وإمامي الهدى الحسن والحسين سيدي شباب أهل الجنة. وصل على أئمة المسلمين علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي والخلف الهادي المهدي حججك على عبادك وأمنائك في بلادك صلاة كثيرة دائمة. اللهم وصل على ولي أمرك القائم المؤمل والعدل المنتظر وحفه بملائكتك المقربين وأيده بروح القدس يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجعله الداعي إلى كتابك والقائم بدينك استخلفه في الأرض كما استخلفت الذين من قبله. مكن له دينه الذي ارتضيته له أبدله من بعد خوفه أمنا يعبدك لا يشرك بك شيئا. اللهم أعزه وأعزز به وانصره وانتصر به وانصره نصرا عزيزا وافتح له فتحا يسيرا واجعل له من لدنك سلطانا نصيرا. اللهم أدهر به دينك وسنة نبيك حتى لا يستخفي بشيء من الحق مخافة أحد من الخلق. اللهم إنا نرغب إليك في دولة كريمة تعز بها الإسلام وأهله وتذل بها النفاق وأهله وتجعلنا فيها من الدعاة إلى طاعتك والقادة إلى سبيلك وترزقنا بها كرامة الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم ما عرفتنا من الحق فحملنا وما قصرنا عنه فبلغنا. اللهم المن به شعثنا واشعب به سدعنا وارتق به فتقنا وكثر به قلتنا وأعزز به زلتنا وأغن به عائلنا وأغز به عن مغرمنا واجبر به فقرنا وسد به خلتنا ويسر به عسرنا وبيض به وجوهنا وفك به أسرنا وأنجح به طلبتنا وأنجز به مواعيدنا واستجب به دعوتنا وآتنا به سؤلنا وبلغنا به من الدنيا والآخرة آمالنا وآتنا به فوق رغبتنا يا خير المسؤولين وأوسع المعطين. اشفع به صدورنا وأذهب به غيظ قلوبنا واهدنا به لما اختلف فيه من الحق بإذنك إنك تهدي من تشاء إلى صراط مستقيم. وانصرنا به على عدوك وعدونا إله الحق آمين. اللهم إنا نشكو إليك فقد نبينا صلواتك عليه وآله وغيبة ولينا وكثرة عدونا وقلة عددنا وشدة الفتن بنا وتظاهر الزمان علينا فصل على محمد وآل محمد وأعنا على ذلك بفتح تؤجل وبذر تكشف ونسر تعز وسلطان حق تظهر ورحمة منك تجللناها وعافية منك تلبسناها برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم برحمتك في الصالحين فأدخلنا وفي عليين فارفعنا وبكأس من معين من عين سلسبيل فاسقنا ومن الحور العين برحمتك فزوجنا ومن الولدان المخلدين كأنهم لؤلؤ مكنون فأخدمنا ومن ثمار الجنة ولحوم الطير فأطعمنا ومن ثياب السندس والحرير والاستبرق فألبسنا وليلة القدر وحج بيتك الحرام وقتلا في سبيلك فوفق لنا وصالح الدعاء والمسألة فاستجب لنا وإذا جمعت الأولين والآخرين يوم القيامة فارحمنا وبراءة من النار فاكتب لنا وفي جهنم فلا تغلنا وفي عذابك وحوانك فلا تبتلنا ومن الزقوم والضري فلا تطعمنا ومع الشياطين فلا تجعلنا وفي النار على وجوهنا فلا تكببنا ومن ثياب النار وسرابيل القطران فلا تلبسنا ومن كل سوء يا لا إله إلا أنت بحق لا إله إلا أنت فنجنا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك أن تجعل فيما تقضي وتقدر من الأمر المحتوم في الأمر الحكيم من القضاء الذي لا يرد ولا يبدل أن تكتبني من حجاج بيتك الحرام المبرور حجهم المشكور سعيهم المغفور ذنوبهم المكفر عن سيئاتهم وأن تجعل فيما تقضي وتقدر أن تطيل عمري في خير وعافية وتوسع في رزقي وتجعلني ممن تنتصر به لدينك ولا تستبدل بي غيري. أعوذ بجلال وجهك الكريم أن ينقضي عني شهر رمضان أو يطلع الفجر من ليلتي هذه ولك قبلي تبعة أو ذنبا تؤدبني عليه. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
Respected scholar, my elders, brothers, sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Surah Fatiha is requested for all the names listed on the screen and Kul Marhamin Al-Fatiha. Ayat Mayyujibun is requested for all the names listed on the screen and whoever is in need of it here and elsewhere. We will recite this together. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء 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 اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وبه نستعين لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم والحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين شفيع المذنبين رحمة للعالمين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع نفوسنا والطبيب ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد. والصلاة والسلام والتحية والإكرام على أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين المنتجبين المكرمين الخيرين الفاضلين السيدين الصادقين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين روحي وأرواح العالمين لتولى بمقدمه الفداء الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم ولعنة الله على أعدائهم أجمعين من الأولين والآخرين إلى قيام يوم الدين أما بعد. Dear mu'mineen, mu'minat, my brothers and sisters in Islam and Iman, Salamun alaykum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're continuing our discussion in our series entitled The Successful Mu'min. We started with the first verse, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Absolutely, without a doubt, the mu'minun, the believers, will become successful based on if they follow certain advices and meet certain criteria. If they establish the qualities mentioned in the first beginning ayat of this surah, then inshallah we will become successful mu'mineen. The first thing in our analogy of using the success of a farmer as an analogy was having a clear vision in mind. We said a farmer, in their mind, they have the perfect crop, exactly what they want to reap, exactly what they want to sow when it comes time to pick the harvest. We need to also make sure that we are planting the right seeds in the beginning. We have an idea of what exactly we want to plant. So, for the vision, we talked about if we want success, we need to make sure it's the right kind of success. There's worldly success, and there's also spiritual success. We're allowed to have both, but we need to make sure at the very least we're going for spiritual success. And we gave different qualities for each. Worldly success is measured by a person who's looking for something that's sustainable, that they want independence, they want to have honor and dignity, and they want knowledge. Now the difference is when somebody wants spiritual success is that they also want sustainability, they also want baqa, but they want it bila fana, they want it without annihilation. They want it to not disappear when they die. They want ghina bila faqr. They want to be independent, but without ever having to experience poverty. Right? If our minds are focused on the next world, then any sort of loss we face, we won't feel as though we're impoverished. Without it, right? We want to have that reputation, that dignity, that honor, notoriety, but we don't ever want to be looked down upon in people's eyes. And of course, it's based on our connection to Allah, right? And we want knowledge without any sort of ignorance. Ilm bila jahl. Because worldly success means knowledge, but you may be ignorant in many things. But to be spiritually successful, it's going after knowledge where there's no ignorance present, right? Where we're looking for that knowledge which will lead us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We then talked about examining the way that you and I may view the world, may interact with this world, with reality, especially parents with their children. Those of us who are religious, right? We have some level of iman, of faith, and we're trying to raise our kids in the same way, right? Hopefully to be better than us. Unfortunately, sometimes the things that we say, the things that we do, the way that we act, we give off this vibe of materialism without even knowing about it. We say things and do things and act in a way where our kids are thinking that the most important thing in life is material wealth, worldly success. And we might be doing this unconsciously. So we gave the example yesterday of anxiety and depression, how studies have shown that it's not necessarily mostly genetic, it's a learned behavior from parents. And sometimes this develops in a child much later on in life. It may not show itself when they're younger. We talked about the study done in San Diego University, how previously people, especially in America, they were interested in looking for things about becoming better human beings, regarding, about going to college. They wanted to become better human beings. They wanted to think critically. They wanted to improve their ethical and moral traits. But now you see the biggest concern people have going into college is what? It's money, it's wealth, it's loans, it's financial and materialistic, 100%. They're not so much concerned anymore about the spiritual or metaphysical or psychological component. They're not looking to become better people. So we left off there yesterday. We said that the life plan that we give our kids sometimes sets them off on the wrong foot. So I wanted to spend a little bit more time on this right now, especially because there were a lot of questions, I guess partially surprisingly, partially unsurprisingly, about this idea. We're always told, well, what's wrong with getting a good job, getting good grades, getting a good job, marrying somebody who's stable and successful? Is that haram? Is that wrong? No, of course not. But the way we might be approaching it, the way that we might be speaking about it and addressing our kids is probably giving off the wrong message. So we said that, look, normally what do parents do? They say you have to get good grades so that you can get into a good college, right? Get into a good college so that you can get a good job so that you make a lot of money so that somebody will marry you if it's a boy, or for your daughters, usually you say, well, you need to marry somebody that's financially stable. So it's usually these materialistic ideas that we are inculcating into our children. So some might say, well, okay, if that's so wrong, then what's the alternative? So let's take a step back for a second. Think about how early we start treating our kids as though they're nothing but tools for consumerism or capitalism. My wife reminded me about this point last night, so I thought it'd be a good thing to share this piece of advice with everybody. You know how most of us, when we are speaking with children, whether they're our own kids or somebody else's, sometimes we get confused and we're not super creative about what to say, right? You maybe might compliment them and say, oh, I like your shirt, or I like your jacket, I like your shoes, or aren't you so cute, aren't you so pretty? What kind of TV shows do you watch? Things like that. Sometimes people ask this one question and they say, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now, again, a child, just about any age, especially in the 0 to 7 phase, what do they understand about jobs and going out into the workforce? When we ask questions like this, we are priming the children to think in job-oriented, materialistic, capitalistic, consumeristic standards and orientations, right? We're telling them, what do you want to be when you grow up? In a sense, what they're hearing is, pick a career now because it's important for me as a parent or me as an uncle or aunt or whatever. And you need to show me that you have any value through this job. And that's what they're hearing. And of course, that's not the message we want to get across. And they have this story that they always pass around on the internet that a teacher was going around and asking various students about what they want to be when they grow up. And of course, they get the cookie cutter answers. Oh, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a lawyer, etc. One child says, when it comes to his turn, says, I want to be happy. I want to be a good person. And the teacher says, I don't think you understood the question. And the child responds, I don't think you understood life. And you see, this story really shows us how we understand life and what we think about. We sometimes speak to children the way that our own. We have been raised in a manner where we're stuck on the materialistic plane. We're stuck with materialistic worldly thinking. And we're just not thinking that there's others. There's other ways of thinking. Now, of course, we want to be religious, we want to be spiritual and all of that, but we sometimes limit the idea of religion and spirituality just to, recite some du'as, recite Quran, make sure you pray, make sure you fast, memorize all of these things, and that's it, you're done, right? Sometimes we think that we can throw our kids in a Sunday school for a few hours a week, or technically, a few hours. It's once a week for most communities, and that's it. Whereas 5 days a week, they're going out to another school, learning about, let's say, math and science and geography and everything else. So just by quantitatively speaking, they're hearing 5 times more information about, let's say, the secular sciences, and they're hearing about, let's say, as far as religion's concerned, they're told to memorize a few numbers about dates. When was a prophet born? When did he die? Memorize the months of the year, the Islamic months, right? The Islamic calendar. Memorize this surah. Now, how is that going to prepare a child to be connected to Allah? So on one hand, we're asking them, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we're expecting a career-oriented answer. What we're doing is we're setting them off on a course to be materialistic. So you might say, okay, what are we supposed to do otherwise? How are we supposed to frame the question? Now, of course, we're saying they can get good jobs. It's good to get a good job, obviously. There's nothing wrong with earning a lot of money, right? But the idea is, what should we maybe be saying instead? How could we phrase these few questions in your child's life? How do we set them up and give them a life plan so that we're not being overtly and overly and dominatingly materialistic and worldly? So we're going to give an alternative. If you can send a salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So the first thing we talk about is education, right? We say, make sure you get good grades. Well, why wouldn't we say instead, make sure you get a good education? Make sure you learn something in school. Make sure you respect your teachers. Make sure you learn to think critically. Make sure you ask questions. Make sure you don't forget about Allah when you're learning these things, right? Are parents focusing on those ideas? Maybe, maybe not. Again, the parents that usually I've interacted with, they frame the question in what sense? They just say, get good grades, that's it. Even if the child doesn't learn anything. Even if they don't like the subject. Even if they're forced into something, right? They try to tell them, no, you've got to get good grades and that's it. Why? Because you've got to get into a good college. So the whole idea about education is not becoming somebody who's knowledgeable about Allah's creation. It's not about becoming a better person, right? It's not about learning to think critically and ask questions about the world. It's about, just obey authority, obey your teachers, listen to whatever they're saying, and get the do your homework, answer the questions, and that's it. Get the good grades. So we should frame it in the other way and say, no, become a better person through knowledge, through education. So, because why? This is a way to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's as far as education is concerned. Now, of course, we say, all right, education is what? You get this good education so that you can get a good job. Sure, what could we say instead of saying, get a good job? All right, say, whatever you do a good job. Whether you are getting 6 figures, 5 figures, or maybe even less. Maybe you're just trying to get by. If in the child's mind, their focus is on paychecks, right, on income, then of course they're going to be materialistic. And of course they're going to stress out about their finances. But instead of being told, get a good job, which in parentheses, what does that mean? It really means get a high-paying job. Instead, you tell them, look, get a good job. Sorry, instead of that, you're saying, do a good job. And what we mean by that is what? If you get a high-paying job, make sure you're the best at what you do. And when you earn all this money, right, which is going to be a result of that, make sure you spend properly, right? Don't overspend. Don't be so lavish and show off. Make sure you're taking care of your other community members. Make sure you're taking care of your family members, which may not be doing so well. Make sure your charity is increased when your paycheck is increased, right? Help out the community. Help out the local centers, right? Help out the homeless. Help out non-Muslims, obviously, right? There's so much in charity that you could be doing. One of the biggest concerns that people have right now is that they have all these multi-billion-dollar companies who are increasing in their profits, but look, they don't even bother trying to help out those who are in need, right? Especially their own workers, especially the essential workers, which are going out and working in this very difficult time. They're increasing their stock points, they're making much more money, but they're not really helping out those who are working for them. And then, of course, let's say your child doesn't get a job that pays that much. Well, they're still supposed to do a good job. If you've got a job in the service industry, or maybe you're a cashier, right? Or maybe you're in the restaurant industry, well, what's wrong with that? You're earning an income, right? Just do a good job. Make sure when you serve properly. You're serving the creation of Allah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't make you any worse off or better off than somebody else who has a higher paying job, right? Let's not make careers and paychecks as a way to determine who is better in a community. Even if, let's say, the person who's making more money is able to give and donate more, okay, that's great. They'll be held accountable for their actions based on what they made. But somebody who makes less, of course, in proportion to what they've made, they'll also give, if they can give anything, they'll give away what they can as well. And they're going to be held accountable for what they can give. Right? The actual dollar amount does not matter in Allah's eyes. Now, you might think it matters in community members' eyes, and if we are those types, we have to be very, very careful. Right? We don't want to be judging people based on dollar signs. So that was in terms of money. Now, in terms of marriage, we tell our sons, get a good job, be financially stable, so otherwise nobody's going to marry you. No girl's going to marry you. And we tell our daughters that, look, if the person is not financially stable, then I'm not going to let you marry them, right? So instead of saying that you have to look for financial stability, why aren't we telling our children you should look for in your partner and this potential spouse, you need to make sure they have spiritual stability. How many times have marriages taken place and been enacted simply because the person had a great job? They were quote unquote educated individuals, right? They came from a higher class family, a well-known family, but their ethics were terrible. Right? And they started to treat their spouse poorly. If you actually had done a check in their religiosity, in their ethical values, to see how spiritually connected they were to God, to see if they were conscious of God, then maybe they wouldn't fall into these issues in marriage. Money is not going to make them a better person. That financial stability may not last. They might be earning 6, 7 figures right now, but look at how many people have lost their jobs in this country. When crises like this take place, people can flip. But if you're somebody that has patience, that can tolerate things, that is connected to God, and is trying to improve upon their ethics and their morality, then whether things are good or bad, then they'll still treat your son or daughter properly, right? And that's what we want. We want our children to be treated like human beings. We want them to be treated like kings and queens. And money and a job will not guarantee that. So this is a way that we can rephrase this. Now again, is it good to get good grades? Yeah, but that's not the main concern. The main concern is getting a good education and being an educated individual, connecting that to Allah. Is it good to get a good job? Yeah, that's fine, but it's better to do a good job, right? And to make sure you're using that job in order to provide for your family and friends and the community. Thank Allah, right? Thank Allah for the blessings that you get, and take care of others who may not have as much as you do. And make sure that you're marrying somebody because of their spiritual and religious stability, not their financial or economic or career stability. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. Now I wanted to look at a few narrations today. The first one comes from Rasulullah. It's attributed to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. And it's narrated by Shaykh Sadduq in his famous book Al-Khisal. So the Prophet is reported to have said, "Ar-raghba fi dunya tukathir al-hammi wal-hazn." That desire and passion and seeking after the dunya, the world, will increase your anxiety and your depression. Your stress will increase. How many of us have, because of our attachment to the world, have become anxious because of it, right? We have all these material possessions, right? All of these things, our wealth and our health, all these things which we're seeking after, and it stresses us out. Many people, because of the corona situation, are stressed out so much, right? When they go out. Yeah, we have to take precautions if you are forced to go out, but they're sometimes overly precautious in a way that they shouldn't have to be, right? Keeping this health or keeping our wealth has become our main goal. It's become our main purpose. And when that happens, then we're going to end up becoming stressed out. We're going to end up becoming paranoid. We're going to end up becoming depressed because we've attached ourselves to the world so much. So what's the other side? The Prophet continues, وَالزُّهْدُ فِي الدُّنْيَا يُرِيحُ الْقَلْبِ وَالْبَدَنِ. So raghba, seeking after the dunya, will lead to depression and stress. But on the other hand, if you have zuhd, right? If you have this, they call it asceticism, right? But what does that mean? We'll explain. If you consider what? The dunya to be insignificant. That's what it means to be a zahid, to perform zuhd. Zahada means to consider something insignificant, to belittle it, right? It's nothing in your eyes. So they say zuhd fi dunya, what? It creates this tranquility and peace in your heart and your body. And that's what we're looking for. Imagine, no matter what the economic or financial situation is in your home or with your job or with your family, that you're just always at peace, right? You're like, okay, it's in God's hands, I'm not going to stress out. But if we forget the fact that this is all in God's hands, that's when we start stressing out, right? That's when we start to become anxious. That's when we forget about our tawakkul and our trust that, look, He's put these things, He's written this down. Wallahu khairur raziqeen. He's decided the amount of risk you and I are going to get. So why do we freak out if it increases or decreases a little bit? Now, of course, we need to provide for our family, but we are just a vehicle. We're just a medium. God is the one who makes sure that our families are taken care of, right? Zuhd doesn't mean don't have material objects. A lot of people, I think, mistake this. When we have the discussion about materialism and wealth and success and power, sometimes people get confused and does that can't have a nice job and a nice car, nice clothes, a nice house? And I'm sure you've heard it many times from other speakers. No, you can have all of those things. There's nothing wrong with having them. But where does the problem lie? The problem lies in being attached to them, being connected to them so much so that if you lose them, you start freaking out. Let me share this famous story that's narrated about this famous Sufi master and a skeptical person who wanted to test them out. So they say that there is a famous Sufi master, right, known in Iran, this famous Arif, and he was known to be completely detached from the world. So this story had reached some scholar, right, who wasn't really into Sufism and Irfan, but he said, you know what, let me test this person out. I can't believe that somebody could be so detached from the world, right? So he dressed up in his libas, right? He was an alim, right? This person who was skeptical of the Sufi master. So he came, right? He grabbed his abba, his cloak. He came with his armama and everything. He went to go formally visit this Sufi master. So he goes to his house. Now when he parks his car, he goes and he sees everything outside. He sees a huge mansion, palace. He sees this expensive car on the driveway. And he's like, okay. Immediately, red flag. Okay. Expensive car, huge house. I knew this was too good to be true. So he starts going inside. He rings the bell, and the Sufi master, right, greets him, salam alaikum, the ta'aruf, all that stuff starts. He invites him inside. So they sit down, and which is usual in kind of, it's for all of our cultures, but of course, you have to serve your guests. So normally, sometimes you offer chai, you offer tea, maybe some snacks. So this spread comes out, right? This huge spread of fruits and nuts and snacks and drinks and chai and all this stuff, more than this student, this skeptical scholar has ever seen in his life. It would have put Muawiyah's spread to shame. So of course, again, now this is red flag number 2. He's thinking, what kind of Arif and Sufi master is this to be able to have this kind of food and to offer this much? This person's not a real Zahid. He's not a real Arif. It's just a show he puts on in the outside world to everybody else. But look at how he's living so lavishly. Impossible, right? So, as talking with Sufi master, trying to test him out, he's looking around the house too, and he sees expensive furniture and everything. And for him, that was strike 3. He's like, you know what, that's it. And then he couldn't hold it in anymore. So he tells the Sufi master, he says, look, I've heard so many different tales about, you being this great master. You're detached from the world. And, with all due respect, it's clear, if you lost any of these things, you would go crazy too. You are clearly attached to this world. You're not this great Sufi master and Arif and Zahid that you've been claiming. So I think you should be honest with the people, and I have to go and be honest with the people and tell them what's going on, right? And the Sufi master, he smiles, he says, yes, alhamdulillah, God has blessed our family with all these great things, but I'm not attached to them, right? I can leave them at any moment. He's like, what I really value are the things that matter for my akhirah, the things that are truly spiritual, like ziyarah of Aba Abdullah alayhi salam, ziyarah of Imam al-Rida alayhi salam. That's what I value. He's like, I'd leave all of these things behind just to go and see them. He's like, so the scholar responds, are you saying that you would leave everything behind right now and come with me to go do ziyarah, right? Go drive down to Masjid, or go drive and travel to Karbala to do the ziyarah of the imams? You just leave all this stuff? He's like, yeah, of course. I love the imams. I want to see them anytime. He's like, okay, if you truly think you're disconnected, then don't lock your car and don't lock your front door. Leave it wide open. So the Arif, the Sufi scholar, says, okay, no problem. Let's go, right? So they jump in the other scholar's car, right, the cheaper one, and they start driving. Now, a few miles down the road, the scholar says, oh, and he starts freaking out. He says, we have to turn around. So the Sufi master and Arif is in the other seat saying, what happened? He's like, I left something at your house. I have to go back and get it. He's like, we're on the way for ziyarah. He's like, what's so important that you have to go back and get from my house? He said, my abba that I was wearing? He's like, that's something that, I spent a lot of money on. It's really important to me. I have to go and get that. I'm not complete without it. So the Arif, the master, says, look, this is attachment and raghba for the dunya. See, I left behind my house, my car, my possessions, everything, and I left it all open just for the ziyarah of the imams. But you can't even go a couple miles without a piece of cloth around your shoulders. It's like, you see the difference between raghba and zuhd. Now you see. It's not just having the possessions, it's being connected to them. It's being so connected that if you're away from it, if you lose it, if it doesn't, if you can't get it anymore, then you start freaking out. Then you start stressing out, and then you start getting anxiety. And that's something that you and I, mu'mineen, mu'minat, need to be careful of. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. let me go through one last narration, and then we will, I think because there were so many questions and answers, I want to open it up for Q&A as well. Yeah, so I want to give a few minutes for that. So this next narration is attributed to the fourth Imam, Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salatu wasalam, and this is also mentioned by Shaykh Saduq in his book Al-Khisal. Imam says, and because of, in the interest of time, I'll just go through the English. So he's with some companions. He says to them, if you are not calmed down by what God has promised you, then you will definitely suffer in this world. You'll suffer from the loss of those things, right? You should be calmed down by what God has promised you. And then he says, I swear to God, I swear to Allah, this world and the hereafter are like two sides of a scale. Whichever side is loaded more, the other side would get lighter. Then the Imam turns to one of the companions that was present. He told them, Ittaqullah, have taqwa, be conscious of God. Make short, brief requests and don't ask for things which are not created. Since whoever asks for what is not created, they would end up suffering from grief and they would never even get what they ask for. And the Imam ends with the question, how could somebody get and obtain what's not created? So that companion was confused. He said, how could somebody ask for what's not created? He's like, I don't understand. What does that mean? So the Imam explains and says, what does it mean to ask for what's not created? He says, it's by asking for wealth, property, and increasing risk and sustenance in order to what? In order to obtain and attain comfort. Because comfort is not created in this world. Comfort's not meant for this world. Comfort is not for the people of this world. Comfort is created in paradise, and it's for the people of paradise. Suffering and grief have been created in this world, and they're created for the people of this world. No one is given anything unless he has some greed for it. Whoever has more belongings in this world is more needy, since they need the people, and they need some other people, and they need other things to protect their wealth. Therefore, all the belongings in this world increases one's needs, and therefore then there is no comfort in the world, right? He's saying the more and more you accumulate, you're going to start being more and more conscious of those things. If you start to lighten your load a little bit, then you won't have that stress and anxiety. Now, can you have things? Again, we said that's fine, but make sure you're not so connected to them that you'll freak out if you lose them. And then he says, Shaitan has whispered to Banu Adam, right? Us, children of Adam, that comfort lies in collecting wealth. Thus, we are led to what? We're led to struggle and toil and work in this world and the consequent reckoning in the hereafter. So we become so focused on just collecting things, again, education, paycheck, job, all this stuff, stability, and we think that it's going to make us happy in this world. But again, we've shown there's evidence that says the first world countries are some of the most unhappy places. Why? Because they don't have that connection to Allah. They don't have that connection to the spiritual realm. And this is something that we know we need to make sure that we work towards. Our akhirah over our dunya. But of course, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. We can have both, but don't neglect the akhirah. And if you're paying attention to the akhirah and your orientation is more towards the akhirah, then the dunya will become more and more significant in your eyes. And even if you lose things here, if you don't get what you ask for, then it'll be okay. Because again, your goal was to the next realm. Now, I'm going to skip the summary for today so that we can see if there's leftover questions from last night and maybe some new questions for today. Okay, so last night was, how would you recommend we frame the discussion about something for our children? I can't see because it says join us on slido.com, hashtag HICORL. So I can't read that, sorry. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Look how fast the media team works. How would you recommend we frame the discussion about goals for our children? So we mentioned that, right? You talk about it in a spiritual sense. So don't say, get good grades. Don't say, you want to tell them to get a good education, become an educated individual, learn, get connected to Allah through knowledge, right? Don't focus so much on those grades. That's not what's important there. About jobs, again, if you get a high-paying job, that's great. If you get a low-paying job, that's also great. Just make sure you're doing a good job and you're supporting your family and you're supporting your other family members, your extended family and your community members, right? You're doing the best you can with the wealth that Allah has provided you. You thank Allah no matter what. And if something doesn't come your way, again, you're patient with and waiting for it because you're assuming and understanding that Allah has given you exactly what you need. And we said that in terms of marriage, we're telling them that, look, you need to marry somebody that's spiritually stable and not just financially stable. Again, I should also mention this, this disclaimer. Please make sure that your questions are related to the topic that we're discussing. The questions that are unrelated, maybe we can schedule some other time for that. But because of lack of time, obviously the time for Maghrib is close. We don't want to extend the time so much. So we want to stick to questions which are only related to the topic at hand. Thank you. Based on the definition of zuhd, does it mean kids are more detached from material things? Yes, it's very interesting you mentioned that. So it's meant, there's one really beautiful narration that's attributed to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he talks about the things that he loves so much, the qualities that he loves in children, which he wishes would be present in adults. So he talks about, for example, the fact that they're not connected, they're not obsessed with the dunya. So let me give an example, because I think this is a parenting tip for us. You know, when kids make, let's say, a sand castle, or they build something out of Legos or blocks, right? They put something together, and then what do many babies do, or young children do? They knock it down. Now, you as a parent, if you're playing with them, what are you doing? Why did you knock it down? You made something so beautiful. How could you do that? See, we're connected to these buildings. We're like, oh, you built something with your own hands. You know, why would you just knock it down like that? But the child doesn't care about the material world. And when we show, you know, we express our stress and anxiety over these things, when we freak out about it, when we literally cry over spilled milk, when we, you know, our carpet gets dirty and we start yelling at our kids, what does that show them? That is telling them that, yeah, you should care about stains on a couch or a carpet. You should care about when your Legos fall down or these kind of things. We are training them to be materialistic people, whereas by default, they're not so much that, right? So again, that's why we're saying we have to be careful and maybe recheck the way that we're speaking to our kids. We have to double check the way that we're acting with them, because our materialism will bleed off on them. It'll shed and come off on them. And we don't want that to happen. So if we really want to make sure that our kids don't turn out to be materialistic individuals, we have to ask ourselves, am I materialistic? And that means double checking and really reorienting ourselves. Even for those of you who may not think you're being materialistic, you should ask yourself, okay, am I freaking out and yelling at my kids because of something that really is that important, right? If something spills, if they not accidentally drop some water, is it really worth it for me to yell at them? Or should I be saying, uh-oh, accidents happen, no problem, let's clean it up together. Your response to these things will create a worldview within your children. So we have to be careful of those things. Okay, so if there's no more questions, then we will end tonight. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ahli baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
صل على محمد وآل محمد. إلهي أذن البلاء وبرئ الخفاء وانكشف الغطاء وانقطع الرجاء وضاقت الأرض ومنيت السماء وأنت المستعان وعليك المشتقى وعليك المعول في شدة والرخاء. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أولي الأمر الذين فرزت علينا تعتهم وعرفتنا بذلك منزلتهم، ففرج عنا بحقهم فرجا عاجلا قريبا كلمح البصر أو هو أقرب يا محمد يا علي يا محمد. اقفياني فإنكما كافيان، وانصراني فإنكما ناصران يا مولانا يا صاحب الزمان. الغوث الغوث الغوث، أدركني أدركني أدركني، الساعة الساعة الساعة، العجل 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 يا أرحم الراحمين، بحق محمد وآله الطاهرين.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله، السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء، السلام عليك يا ابن فضل العباس، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا قريب القربى، السلام عليك يا علي ابن موسى رضا، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا شبير والزمان، السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان، السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن، الأمان الأمان الأمان. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم كل وليك حجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وآله في هذه الساعة وفي كل الساعة، وليا وحافظا وكاهدا وناصرا ودليلا وأينا حتى تسكنه أرضا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير، الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا، وهو العزيز الغفور، الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا، ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت، فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور، ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير، ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين، وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير، وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير قالوا بلى قد جاءنا نذير فكذبنا وقلنا ما نزل الله من شيء إن أنتم إلا في ضلال كبير وقالوا لو كنا نسمع أو نعقل ما كنا في أصحاب السعير فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير إن الذين يخشون ربهم بالغيب لهم مغفرة وأجر كبير
إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا ولي الله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه أشهد أن أمير المؤمنين عليا حجة الله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه هيا على الصلاة هيا على الصلاة هيا على الفلاح هيا على الفلاح هيا على